I want to talk about 5 practical steps to build your own small business. And all these expertise are coming after building 2 startups and having been graduated from one of the top business school in Canada. So let's get started. Now, first in the process comes the market research. Why it is important to do a market research before you build any product or launch any business. Now understand this. If you have built a product after putting so much of money and you have realized that no one is looking after that product, no one is buying that solution except few of your friends and family members, now that will come as a shocker to you, right? So it is important to study the market, understand your product market fit, and then basically jump into the business, right? So let's suppose you have done a market research. Then something comes as your expertise, right? In which field you have expertise at. Let's suppose I'm going to give you a hypothetical situation so that you understand this better. I come from an education background, right? I have a good experience in education technology, building education products. So I did a market research and I've understood that there's a huge gap between the skill that IT companies are looking at and the engineer that is churning out of these engineering colleges. So I've understood there's a market gap. Now, let's say I have an experience as an educator. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build a product. I'm trying to act as an educator or counselor and trying to fill that gap. So basically what I did is I basically found a sweet intersection between what the market needs and what skills I do have, expertise I have. Now, this will motivate me to keep going. Next step is building a business model. You've identified that sweet spot. You've identified that gap. Now your job is to build a business model around it. Now let me give you an example of education technology system. So I've identified the gap that students need to upskill themselves in order to match the need of the industry. Right? So what I'll do is I, as an educator, basically will build a product so that these students can consume and upskill themselves to match the industry need. I'll build a business around it. So what I've done is I've identified the gap and I have built a business model around it so that I can sell these products, sell these courses to these students so that they can upskill themselves and in return I make money. So basically this is building a business model around the market, right? Third step is building a MVP. So MVP stands for minimum viable product. Now what does this mean? This means that now you have identified a market fit. So what you're going to do is you're going to build a raw product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically record those skills videos, record those technological videos, and basically try to sell those raw videos to these students. Now, a lot of people tell me that now why someone will buy my MVP when there are already polished product out there in the market. Now, let me tell you one thing. You have to sell these product, your raw product, to someone who is in urgent need. Now, if there is someone who has fire in their head, literally burning, they look for water, not for a therapy, right? So identify these people, look for these people who are in urgent need, and your product will act as a water in their head, right? And ask these people, ask these customers about the review, product review, and then make an iteration and build your next product, revamp it, make it better year after year. That's how Airbnb was born, right? That's how Airbnb is doing until now. That's how Apple got so big. I don't know if you remember the first product of Apple. They were like just a box, and Airbnb, they were like just listed home in their website. And year after year, they got better, right? And they are like industry giants now. Build your MVP and try to sell it to someone who is in urgent need. Right? Fourth step is finances. Now, make sure that you have at least 6 months of run rate, right? Now, what do here? I mean that you need to have at least 6 months of finances figured out right in the beginning, right? Because this will help you to start with your product at least and have a 6 month of life going on. Now, after that, what you can do is either you can look for an investor or look for a bank loan. Now, not all businesses is basically funded by these investors. Investors are only interested in those businesses which are like highly scalable. According to their term, businesses, those who have a longer customer life cycle, right? Like a fintech products, right? Where the customer once gets in, they stays for a year, 2 years, 3 years. Unlike education product where people are buying 1 courses, 2 courses, and then like, their life cycle is for like 2 months, 3 months, and 4 months, right? If you can get investors' money, great. If you're not, you can take loan after 6 months and get your life in the business. Right now, sixth step is branding. Until now, you have built your MVP, you have your product market fit. Now, basically get feedback from these customers who have already used your product and put it in your website. Right? Have a strong social media presence. I believe the word of mouth is the strongest branding that could ever in entire ecosystem. Right? So get some word of mouth. Get those feedback on your website. To your customers, right? Talk to your customer on like weekly basis or bi-weekly basis. This will make them connected to your product, and this will basically spread the word of mouth. And as a result, you'll get more leads, you'll get more sales, and your business will explode and expand, and you will make more money for sure. Right? I hope this was insightful. At least this will get you started for something. And now there are a lot of nuances into these 5 steps. So if you want me to make another video, or if you want another help, comment into the comment section and tag me there, or I'll definitely come back and respond to all your questions. Right? So until then, take care and see you in the next video.